Good evening. Welcome on the online ashram. This is a meeting where we try to spread some good knowledge. Today's topic is the light of the stars to lead your path in life. And our main speaker will be William Burgmans. He's an expert in Jyotish. He's managing the ashram in Holland, a spiritual place in Holland. And he has extensively studied Jyotish, the science of astrology from India. And it seems that his knowledge is very deep because it's the second edition. And we'll start with repeating some of the basics of the science of astrology, of Jyotish. And Abi and Ilona, they can't wait to ask him some questions. Then, Will, the floor is yours. Tell me if you want the slides to be seen.
Yes, please show them. We start right away with that. It's still this is a picture of the moon, like we have in the Vedic astrology. In Vedic astrology, every planet has a consciousness. It's not only a rock in the sky, but it's a planet which is contributed consciousness, and it has also contributed some qualities, etc. So this is the picture of the moon, and the moon is the Lord of the Lord or the goddess of today. So because in fact all cultures we see that the days are connected to the planets. The Sunday is connected to the sun. The Monday to the moon, Tuesday to Mars, Wednesday to Mercury, and Thursday to Jupiter, Friday to Venus, and Saturday to Saturn. So, and you find this in every culture that there is a connection with the stars. And if you are sensitive enough, I think you can also feel that every day has some different kind of energy. Sundays is always a kind of energy of Sunday, yeah? and so on. So maybe the next
slide.
next slide. Okay. Here we see the definition of Vedic astrology. It's, in fact, Jyotish is the name of Vedic astrology. It means the best light, or you can say God's light. And it's the light which lights our path in life. That is the meaning of it. And it gives the light for past, present, and future. Next. Here you see, in short, how a drawing of a horoscope is made in this in North India. North India, this is the North Indian style. There are different styles. South India has a different style. Even East and West, they have different styles. So it's a choice. And if you see to the left, you see in the middle is the earth, and around it you can say this is the sky, which is divided in 12 parts. And you find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And number 1, they are called, these parts are called houses. And in each house there is a sign, a zodiac sign, like Aries, Taurus, etc. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Mina, or fish. So there are 12 signs and 12 houses. And depending on the sign on the eastern horizon, this sign which is seen there, will be placed in the first house. So the first house can be any sign, any zodiac sign, but they choose the sign which is coming up in the eastern horizon to be the first house. And the next sign is then second house, etc. Every house has its meaning, every sign has its meaning, and every planet has its meaning, and it's a combination from these three that interpretations are made. You can imagine that in this horoscope that there are different places there will be planets. I show you later. Next, here again a picture of the planets. It's like in the beginning you had the moon, Chandra, the moon. We had a picture of it. Here you have all 9 planets with the Sun, with Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Mangala. Mangala is Mars. So with the Sanskrit names and the Western our Western names. There are also 2 planets, is right in the down corner and left in the down corner. This is Rahu, the northern moon knot, or the northern lunar month knot, and to the left Ketu, the southern lunar knot. So this is also known in Western astrology, but here you see them. It's our invisible points, which have also an influence in. They contributed also an influence in human life, and they are seen during eclipses, when the sun becomes dark or when the moon becomes dark. That is one of these lunar nodes is then said to be the cause of the darkness. This point is then the point of the lunar nodes. Okay, next. Here you see a circle.
So they cover the sun at the time.
Yes, they cover the sun. And one time when the sun is covered, then is the. In fact, if you look to the, then you see that the Earth is between the moon and the sun. So then the moon is between the Earth and the sun. So you see that there is a shadow on the moon, but this shadow, they say, is one of these lunar nodes, and it travels. This is a point which also travels, and when it comes together with the moon and the sun, then you have an eclipse. And also when the Earth is between the moon and the sun, then you have a moon eclipse. So these have these points.
I've been meaning to ask, these 9 sections we've just looked at,
yes,
are they representing the period the moon is going through, or different planets?
These are different planets.
Abby, you probably know this.
These are 9 planets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, moon is one of them. And here you see then in the middle circle here, with these animals, you see here the fishes and etc. This is the zodiac signs in the middle, and here the outer circle is they say the signs of the nakshatras, 27 signs which are more connected to the moon. 27 houses connected to the moon, you can say. They have also their own meaning, and they are important for to see past, present, and future. Okay, this in short. Next.
This is so confusing to me. There's so many of them.
Sorry?
This is so confusing to me. There's so many of them.
Yeah, there are
So in
many.
the middle,
It's confusing. You have to. Yeah, if you have to do.
in the middle, is it the star signs?
It has. It has star signs. This is stars. Yeah, combinations of stars which you see. Different kind of combinations. This is more bigger, like Aries, Taurus, etc. And this is another division, also in the same circle, but they have other names. They are other combinations of stars. And yeah, in fact, the same circle. They cover each other. Yeah. That means that, for instance, in the beginning of Aries, you have the sun sign is Aries, and the zodiac sign is Aries, and in the nakshatra is, for instance, Ashwini. Ashwini is the first part in Aries, And this has a completely different meaning. It's this horse, I think. This horse is Ashwini. Different meaning than some 20 degrees more when you are in Bharani. That's another, and yes, it's another meaning also for Aryas. They both are in Aryas, but you have a difference in meaning. They are Aryas, but different Aryas. So you have to make patience of that, and that is, and everything gets triggered. You can say when the planets come into play. The planets are the triggers, you could say. They activate certain aspects of the chart. So if you have
So do these circles rotate and change their angles and change the meaning of what's happening at the time?
this is in Vedic astrology. This is fixed like this, but the planets travel. The planets travel, and also maybe the next chart. Let's see what this. Oh, this is then here you see 12 divisions. Yes, these are the 12 inner circles which you saw just before. With the Aries here, you can see my arrow. You can see my arrow or not?
No, we can't.
Oh, sorry. Number 1 is Aries. Number 2, you see here in just normal letters, is Taurus. And number 3, that is twins. And here you see L, that's Lagna, that's the first house. The first house is twin in this case. So somebody has, to his personality, is lots of twin influences. Maybe intellectual, maybe a little bit hesitating, etc. Enjoying life. Here, the next one is 4. 4 stands for Cancer, and it's in the second house, the Jupiter and the Moon. The Jupiter is then gives wisdom to speech. You can say Jupiter is wisdom. The second house is speech. So you can say it gives wisdom to speech. And the moon in that makes it also emotional. It can be emotional, can be devotional, like this. Very good speech. Open-minded, because Jupiter and Saturn can make somebody open-minded. Maybe the next.
Is 2 for
Sorry?
Cancer as well?
Maybe
Is 2 assigned to the sign of Cancer as well?
No. 2 is the sign. Yeah, 2 in Latin letters. That is the house. They call the house. 2 stands for house, and that is the second house. It's not Cancer. Cancer, that's the 4. Just our Western 4. That is Cancer, and the 2 which you saw is then the house. So Cancer is in the second house, but it's combinations of things. And in life, we start depending on where the moon is. This is a time period system. There are more different time period systems, but this is the most general used and is the most general applicable. So depending where your moon is during your birth, in your birth time, for instance, when your moon is in Ashwini, we just saw, Ashwini is connected with Ketu, and that is where 7 on the left. You see K, A, 7. That means
that makes sense now.
That means somebody is born when Ketu was his main planet which activates his horoscope. Ketu is activating his horoscope, and this takes on 7 years. He can be born after, when it's already 3 years is over, then he has still 4 years to go. And then when he becomes 4 or 4 and 2 months, whatever, then his next planet, which will trigger him most, is Venus, Sukra, SK, 20 years long. So for 20 years, Sukra is a very important planet in his life, or her life. After that, SE, that is the sun. Surya is coming, but only for 6 years. And after that is the moon. So in this way you go all round, it's then a lifetime. It would be of 120 years. If you make a full circle, it's 120 years. But somebody else is maybe born in, let me say, Pusha. There's another thing, and that Pusha is connected, I think, with Saturn. That is down. You see, SA 19. So maybe it's born with 10 years to go. So then you have the first 10 years in the light of Saturn. Saturn is more ruling his life. Can make it a little bit more difficult childhood, but doesn't need to. It can be. It doesn't need to. It depends all on the situation of Saturn in the horoscope itself. There is no planet which is all good, and there is no planet which is all bad in the horoscope. Depending on where it is in the horoscope, it can be good, or it can be middle, or it can be bad, or whatever. So
That's promising.
after this, when he is born in this Saturn, he has still 10 years to go. After that, he gets 17, he's 17 years of Mercury. Boot is Mercury. After that comes Ketu. So this person has Ketu only around his 30th year, and somebody else had it at birth, and somebody else maybe have it in old age. And if you see, for instance, that in the horoscope, for instance, in the 12th house or in the second house, has to do with eyes also. 12th house, that maybe there is a not so good aspect for the 12th house, for this left eye. And you could say, oh, they will become blind or something. There's a tendency to become blind. But here in the circle, if it is only coming in when you're 96, or then it's not such a point in life, because you have 96 years without. But if it is coming early in life, you have more problems. You should make precautions. So there's a circle, and this depending on when you are born, the time when you were born, where the moon is most of the time, then you can just see in what time, in what age, which happenings are triggered in your life, where is your focused most in your life. Okay, this is a little bit of rehearsal. I hope you can follow it a little bit, because it becomes it can become much. There
Will
was a question.
I? Uh,
Sorry.
yeah, I wanted to ask you this. So let's say with this chart, let's say a man lives for 70 years of his life, and
Yes.
on the 70th year, his the planetary position was supposed to shift to Saturn or Venus or something, and but the person dies. So would you say, in a way, because rebirth is also a part of the same culture, so would you say that when the person gets born again, whenever that is, he will continue from that planetary position from which he couldn't finish off?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Um, you can say like this. You have uh, the horoscope. You can say is a blueprint of karma also. You have connection still,
Yes. Yes. Of
because I
course.
don't see you.
Yeah, of course. I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
A blueprint of karma.
Yeah, that's a blueprint of karma, and the blueprint of karma is you can say is a choice at your time of birth, which kind of karma you take with you from all these ages and thousands of years of I don't know how long time. There is some accumulated karma,
Mm.
and there is in the Vedic astrology there is the theory that you take a part of your karma, take you to this life to fulfill this, and or to solve this or whatever, or to enjoy it. And when your life is finished and you go back to your full package, next time you take another package to fulfill.
Mm.
You can say you take with you what is for you possible to handle
Hmm.
or to enjoy. You don't have to see it always from the negative
Yeah, they
side.
say that, and sometimes I wonder, have I chosen this for myself? Some days.
Yeah, yes, you can handle.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter to finish the cycle.
Yeah, yeah. In the end, they say there's a proverb: "End good is all good." So you have to enjoy some things during your life, and through what you experience, what you learn, and through it you can evolve more and find, in fact, everything inside yourself.
I would say my perspective of looking at it is like, okay, if I'm gonna go through 7 years of bad luck because of this planet, my friend is also gonna go through the same, but 10 years later. So it's all
Yeah,
the
maybe.
same.
Yeah, but your planet is on different located in your birth during your birth, so that can make a difference.
Yeah.
And it is not like that you have 7 years of bad luck, because during all these 7 years, all the other planets come in the second place one time again, and on the third place they come also. So sometimes you have first planet Saturn, the second planet is Venus, and the third planet, for instance, Mercury. So then Saturn, Venus, Mercury. Venus makes Saturn more soft. So then you have, then it will become more soft. And Mercury maybe gives Saturn, who's in mainly a silent planet, gives him a voice, let him speak, so that you can share something of your experience, of your deep inner experiences. Because Saturn makes also deep inner can make deep inner experiences. So there is no planet which is all bad or all good. You have to consider it how it is in the horoscope, how it's situated, and what he or she or the planet has to learn to you. It's also a learning phase. You are not completely delivered to your planet. You are not a puppet of your planet.
Hmm. But at the end of the day, if we are not the puppets of the planets, I mean, puppets is, of course, a word like it's, but like they are the ones that is dictating us how our life is going to be, our personality is going to be because of their positionings.
Yeah, they go on, but yeah, but what kind of influences there are, what kind of tendencies.
Hmm.
But like I told you last time, and there is in the book of Yogananda, he's writing also about astrology, and there was in his horoscope was he would marry, I think, 3 times or something.
Hmm.
But he was a monk and he wanted to stay a monk, so he get offered marriage 3 times, but he never married in the end.
Hmm.
So it can be in also with other happenings. If you don't prefer, you can change it. You can change something in the future.
He was a
And even in Vedic astrology, there are
wise
the
man.
reading of the chart can help you, that can help you to find your way in life. And they have also procedures like rituals to connect to the energy of the planets and to change to to give peace, to make the planets more peaceful, so that you can go your own way. So they have procedures for that. And also in Ayurvedic, it's ancient from ancient times. They look to the horoscope sometimes to look what kind of herbs they have to give, etc. And some yogis have other procedures, but it's not your road is not fixed. This I don't think. but you have to see if your road is just flat, or if you have to climb hills, or if you have to swim as a part, or whatever.
Yeah, we're still gonna be the captain of our own ships. It's just having your chart read is like a
Yes, you are the
map.
captains of your own ship.
Yeah, but it's just a handy map so that
Yeah,
we know how
but
to.
and how your ship is looks like is also not for everybody the same.
Yeah.
Or the waters which you are going, which you are crossing. Maybe I for Franek, I got the question about yugas, the different time periods, and in this context, I would like to see the next of the slideshow.
Okay.
So this is first. This is this what we had saw before was that there is a circle in our life in what can trigger events to happen. This is a circle of 120 years, and there are also other dasha
William,
systems which have other.
can,
Yes.
can I ask you a question that's totally unrelated to astrology as a commercial break?
Yeah. What you okay?
It's I'm looking at the Babaji's picture now, and it's a very basic question. Why do Hindu put a dot on their third eye and three stripes on the forehead? I never knew.
You never knew. Uh, yeah. In the light of Vedic astrology, you can say these three lines are past, present, and future.
Ah,
And through when they do, they change your past, present, and future. They make it better with this chanda. The point, the dot is the symbol of enlivening the third eye, the eye of consciousness. The eye which can see further than only with material eyes.
is it red because red is connected to grounding, or there's no
Yeah,
reason why?
red uh, is more female quality. You can say is the mother red, and then the yellow is more the father aspect.
Mhm.
Yes,
Of course, Abby knew that.
yes, and
Sorry
it
to.
is helping to symbolic to enliven your consciousness, to make you aware there is more than only what you see with your other two eyes.
I saw a gentleman in Leicester in supermarket in the health shop. He had the dot. I never had courage to ask. Thank you.
Okay,
I
you
think
can
the
you
color
can
of
explain
the.
it in different ways. Sorry, Abby.
Sorry, I was saying the color of the dot also matters. You will see this men and women both positioning in their third eye chakra a dot. But
Yes,
if you are like a Vaishnav, then if you're a follower of Krishna, then you would have it like in yellow color. But like married women will always have it in red. But then if you're a widower, then it's gonna be black because you're not supposed to be using red anymore in your life. So there are also like a color aspect of it. Who is applying which color? It's called bindi, which colored bindi on their forehead.
What
yes,
color do you wear if you are not married?
um any color, it doesn't mean that you're like any color. But if you're a widow, then it's expected of you to not wear red. Just, but the same thing.
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you guys. I always wanted to know.
Then maybe let's go to the yugas. The next. Uh, This is. I hope you can see it a little bit.
Yes.
It's the cycle of creation, and it goes about many years. Let me see. I cannot see here, or maybe I have to enlarge it. Dit is a cycle, the down cycle, Divya Yuga, consists of 4,032,000, 4,000 and something years. This is 4 yugas, and you have Sat Yuga, you have Treta Yuga, Dwarpa Yuga, and Kali Yuga. These are four periods where Sat Yuga is called the Golden Age, and Kali Yuga on the other side is the Iron Age, where the humans are less evolved, and the Sat Yuga, the humans are most evolved, and the other two periods are just intermediate. And you can see it's a very long period. And if you go then up, this is a short, and these are cycles, huh? And as you go up, then you see it's a very short period in the Manvantara Yuga. There is 306 million, etc., and something years. And also you can make these divisions in these periods. And if you go on, you have in Kalpa, and if you go over it, you have a life of Brahma. Brahma is a life of 311 and something trillion years. So that's very, very much, and it's beyond our scope of imagination. But there are a lot of circles of time. These are circles of time, which are, so there are little circles and bigger circles and bigger circles and bigger circles. There are a lot of circles which are going on at the same time, you can say. And if you look to the next, this is a part of this other circle, this lower circle. This is just a part. And this is also a yuga. This is, you see a Sat Yuga, Golden Age, Sat Yuga, Golden Age. Down, dark red is Kali Yuga, that's the Iron Age, and in between is Dwapara Yuga and the Treta Yuga. Treta is silver and Dwapara is bronze, or Bronze Age. This is a circle of 24,000 years. And within that circle there are also other circles. And if we look to the next circle, the last, this is a circle according to Sri Yukteswar, and it's the same circle as we saw the last one, with Sat Yuga here, with Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. And if we look to the time now, we are somewhere in the beginning of Dwapara Yuga, in this circle. And you see there is an inner circle which is also connected to the zodiac. We would be now somewhere in Pisces, there's the fish. But we are outside of Kali. That means, according to in this circle, according to Sri Yukteswar, we are coming out of the Kali Yuga, we're coming out of the most bad time in creation, when human beings are maybe for 25% very low developed. And now we are developing is rising, and it will rise more and more until we are coming to Sat Yuga. And there is also a part which you can see here not very clearly. That is in Pisces, there is also this other sub-periods, and I call them sub-periods, they are called the Navamsas. Navamsas, every sign is also divided in 9. And these 9s have also the names of the signs. You can say we are now in fish, but the subdivision which we are coming now is in Leo, is in Singa, is in Lion. So that is since 1980 in this scheme, and that has give an indication that this is the fire element is coming more up. A lion has to do with fire, and before it was more earth. Before it was then the Virgo. It goes backward.
So
So
in
these kind,
the cycle, it says like if you say the Kali Yuga is ending where the Pisces house is, then
yeah,
it also shows that Dwapara is coming again. So are we again going towards Dwapara and Treta before Satyayug comes again?
yeah, according to this scheme, yes.
Okay.
What does that mean? Is this in regards to our solar constellation, our planet, or how does it relate to us?
It relates to us that we come in a better time, that the human race will develop more and more, and that we use more and more of our possibilities of our brain, of our hearts, etc., and that the connection with the divine will be stronger. And
Does
then
it
say it's like a wave. It's coming and going. It's coming and going. It's like a wave in all these thousands of years and millions of years in the other cycles. It's coming and going, and every cycle
So,
has
well,
his positive things, because in saying Kali Yuga, it looks so bad that you can, with simple spiritual practice, you can reach the divine. And in Sat Yuga, it's so interesting everything that it's more difficult to go inside. So every period has its positive things.
and does
But
the yugas
sorry,
does the
yes.
sun
yugas
going
have to
to
do
last?
How long?
Mm-hmm. Oh, just going to ask how long is this going to last for? When we're
Uh,
getting closer to Mother Earth.
yeah, yeah. How long? It's a period. Now you can. I have to look up. The circle is 12,000, 24,000 years, around about, and
12,000.
then
24?
24,000.
24,000.
And
So
this
we're
what
at
you
the
see
beginning of
here
the
are
era.
bigger circles of million years. These are bigger circles what you see here. But in these bigger circles there are also little circles. You can have, for instance, in a Dwapara Yuga, in a bigger circle, you can have also a Kali Yuga and in
Yeah.
a Dwapara Yuga. And so it's I don't know the exact finite of this, but it's a circle within circle, and this makes the time.
Will, would you say if the planet is going through a Satya Yuga, it has something to do with the positioning of Earth with the positioning of Sun? Are the people more
The
purer
position, it,
because
it's a position of the Earth and the Sun, our solar system, against to the middle of our Milky Way, to the where the Milky Way started.
so literally our biochemistry of the body changes?
Yes, there is another. You can say yes, yes. Sometimes mention that in Satyuga the human beings were much bigger and they lived much longer.
Oh, wow. Of a new era where this is all happening now and is going to last for another about 24,000 years. Am I getting?
Yeah, the circle is going up. Circle is going, and there's a lot of transformation, but the circle is going up. And I don't know if some say we are immediately coming in Satyuga in a very good time. Some say we have also these other cycles first. So I'm not the expert in that, but definitely we're going to a better time. But that means also, yes, but also when the light is stronger, you see the shadows more. So you see also things which has to change more.
So first, are we going to go through a harder period before it gets better? Am I getting this right?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it can happen like this. When the light comes more, then you see the dust in your room and you have to clean it.
But it looks like the good times, they are longer than the bad times.
Yes.
So it's like having 5 days weekend and 2 days work or something like that.
Yes. And it's all because every human being has everything inside himself. Every human being is a universe, in fact.
I wanted to tell you guys about an interesting thing regarding Rahu and Ketu, the last two of the planetary deities of the Navagraha. So, in Indian mythology, when the eclipses are happening, they are uh, they are said to be like monsters who are eating up the moon temporarily.
Yes,
So
yes,
that is the kind of archetype they are. They are said to be like imaginary monsters eating up one of the main grahas.
yes, yes.
A nice
During
analogy.
sunsets.
In Holland, we have a in Holland we have a different analogy. There are mice in the moon, and that's why you see these holes. It's a big cheese.
Cheese country.
Or
No, it's like demons. Yeah, they say it's like demons, and they try to eat the sun and the moon, but they never
Can
succeed in
keep
that.
it inside.
They never succeed
Yeah.
because after a few hours it comes back again. Right?
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see it that way because anytime you're referring to a higher deity, you see them as like some beings of positivity, beings of light, and here they are like beings of monsters.
Yes, yes, yes. Light and dark. It's all the play of light and dark.
Ilona, do you have some more questions for Will?
no, thank
No, no.
Will, I would like to ask you. Um,
you.
I
We
think
carry on with the slideshow.
Yes,
I think I'm ruled by the planet Shukra.
yes.
So, what are some of the things that I should be doing to appease that particular deity, or how do I know what like yeah? How do I know how to get the most of my planetary positioning?
Um, Now, first of all, Shukra, Venus is one of the very benefic planets. They call it the benefic, and sometimes the best benefic. So it means in itself it's already good for you. And it has a tendency to, with art, music, these kind of things, artistic things, has a connection. I see this beautiful painting in behind you.
Mhm.
This has to do with Venus, and then it depends where it's located in your horoscope also.
But is there any kind of particular practices or ritual that I could be doing to appease one particular deity that correlates with my uh,
It's Shakti. It's Shakti. It's another energy you can say. It's a Friday. The Friday. Um, yeah, you can decorate your home, make it beautiful and nice. It's all to do with beauty. Sorry, somebody was telling Ilona you were.
If we want to
Say it again, Ilona.
paint a painting, it's on Fridays, is it? If we want to paint
could
painting,
be.
is Friday
Could
the best day?
Yeah, it can be a good day. It can be a good day. But everything is also dependent on how the planets are placed in your horoscope. Friday is a good day for, in general, for artistic things, for beauty, for yeah, these kind of things. And if if your Venus is very strong, then it's recommended to do a profession in this area, design or something with painting or these kind of things, and can also have connection with knowledge. Can have connection with knowledge, and it's also with um, sculpture or architecture, all these kind of things, or designing of clothing or houses, or and it depending also where it is situated in your chart. If for instance Suk is located in Fish in Mina, Pisces, then this is one of the best places for Sukra. Then you can give you a lot of wisdom, and it's not so much seen maybe then in artistic work, but it's more felt and seen in wisdom. And if it is in Kanya or this is Virgo, then you see maybe you are busy with making forms, making designs, making put this artistic work on the earth level. Dus taking care of things, beautify things. It's another energy and another part of the horoscope. So you should also know where it is placed, in which zodiac sign, in which nakshatra, and where it is in your dasha system. What is the timing? Which 20 years? When are these 20 years coming? That Sukra is most dominating. So there are some factors which you have to look at. And the transit also can also play a role. Transit is how it is now on the heavens. Where is Venus now in the heavens? It's always not far from the sun. Like Mercury, they are just sitting not so far from the sun.
And people who have a lot of effect of Saturn on them, Saturn or Shani, so is it associated with darkness because it involves a lot of shadow work? That is what Saturn represents.
Yeah, Saturn is the son of the sun, you can say, and they say sometimes Saturn is the shadow of the sun, but it doesn't represent always a bad thing. It can make you a yogi, Saturn, unattached. It can bring you richness, but it can also make you poor in these times. It depends also how it is placed. If it is placed in, for instance, Libra, that is one of the best places for Saturn. He can make you a spiritual person, a monk, or it can also make you a very social person, because Saturn has also to do with social work with the common people. So there are quite different possibilities with the different planets, and people are and if have the tendency that to be afraid of Saturn, but it's not necessary.
Yeah. So only when Mercury or Saturn goes retrograde, then it's maybe a bit of a turmoil phase. Otherwise, it's all of them are bad and good both.
Yeah, it depends on which sign it is, and retrograde has an influence, but also which sign it is, where it's placed, which house, not only which sign, which house. If some planets in the eighth house brings more trouble than planets on other places. Eighth house is a house of transformation. It can bring you some chronicle problems, but also from the good side, if you make the good choice, it can make you a therapist who handles chronicle problems of others.
When it comes to the 12 zodiac signs, would you say each sign is like promotes a certain archetype of how a human being can be?
Yes,
Like,
you can say like this. Yes,
of course, a person who has their sun in Leo
yes,
is quite different from a person who has their sun in Pisces.
yes. There are different kind of energies. Yes,
So they are like the 12 main archetypes that a human being can be. And then whatever time you're born in, it's just getting
yes. And then
yeah.
you not only look where the ascendant is, but also where the moon is, where the sun is, and connections is with other planets. You can say this is the 12 archetypes, but also 27 archetypes of the moon house, the nakshatras, the moon houses, etc. Sometimes they say when you're in India and you do a kind of puja or ritual for something good, to make something good, they ask you for your star sign, and then they ask you for your nakshatra. You ask this one of these 27 signs. That's to make for every puja you do an intention, good intention, and then they call the star sign which you have. So they name a little bit of your energies which you have. Yes.
Yes, Ilona.
Um, it's an out of program question. How does Hindu Vedic astrology relate to Chinese zodiac? Is there any connection? Are they two areas of knowledge?
Uh, I didn't study Chinese zodiac, so
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know this. I know a
Mhm.
little. Yeah, I know there is the year of the dog or the year of the I don't know from the lion, from
Mhm.
the
Rabbit.
rabbit, and yeah, so many
Easter
years.
time.
Monkey,
Snake,
rooster.
snake,
Monkey.
snake. But
Okay.
it has always.
That's
Maybe
no
it has
problem
to
at
do.
all.
You know, the different signs and different plants have also to do with the elements. The combination of elements: fire, water, air, and earth, and akash, sky. So they have also to do with different elements, and the Chinese signs have also to do with elements. Maybe that is a connection. But I didn't study Chinese and I didn't study the connection, so I'm sorry, I cannot.
I also have a
That's all good.
question. Please go ahead, Ilona. I'll wait.
No, I was just happy for someone has a question.
Okay,
Okay.
I have a question mm, about the practicality of your services as an astrologer. Um, they they should come to you, or are you doing it online? And what does it look like? How long does it take for preparation? Because they must give you some information, and also you need some time to prepare a chart and so forth. And how long does it take this kind of consultation, this astrological consultation? And what is it aimed at?
Um, well, I need for to draw the chart. I need time of birth, date of birth, of course, and place of birth. In fact, these three. and then I can calculate an horoscope. And in these times, we use the computer to calculate. The calculation is quickly done. For interpretation, preparation, I need some more time. Then I look to the different connections, etc. I take half an hour, 45 minutes, like that. Maybe sometimes 1 hour, it depends if I want to look more. And most of the time, if I'm making horoscope for somebody, um, I can make it without any further questioning, but I ask them if I have certain theme or a certain subject that they would like to hear something about or to discuss it. It can be different subjects for different people. And
Like marriage, career,
yes, and then I
children.
asked then we take a little look to the past, and then we take a look to the coming future, the coming months or 1 or 2 years, and see how the energies are going. And I try to give them the indications for that. And then the consultation takes 1 hour or 1.5 hours. The time, yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
yes. And it can be done in person. It can be done also through Zoom online.
Okay. Thank you. Any more questions from the panel? Abi, Ilona.
I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm okay too.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, then thank you, William, for your knowledge, sharing your knowledge of Jyotish. And thank you for Abi and Ilona for asking questions. What I like most is that good times are longer than the bad times. And
Hopefully.
I wish we all enjoy long good times. And also I liked what I heard about, everybody's going through the same cycles, maybe somebody early in their life, others later in their life. And this story about the marriage, it was Yogananda, yes? Yogananda was offered 3 times a marriage proposal, but he said no. But I think it applies to anything. You can have bad stars and they will propose you, do you want to feel bad now? And you can say, no, I don't want to feel bad. I prefer to feel good. And I think this is the whole message which we have all the time from the online ashram. Feel good and stay with yourself. Find your deepest self, which is unattached to nothing. It's only happiness. It's only clarity. It's only knowing yourself. And we can survive the waves of good times and bad times, and we'll go over it. We'll go beyond it. Again, I thank you all very much for your questions and for your speech. And if somebody would be interested, please support our ashram in Poland. We are building a place here. We would like to be a very strong, positive place with weapons of wisdom. We are not producing weapons to destroy, but we are producing weapons to produce wisdom. And again, Ilona, Abi, thank you. And
Thank you so much for having us.
we're going to the next week. Come again back.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Will. Thank you, Francis.
Thank you.